Welcome, the Gnostic Takeover community, everyone listening in. We're back on YouTube, and today I'm going to do something very different. Something very, very different. Because I am the source. I am different. And at the same time, I'm also the same. I always stay the same, I always be the same because I am what I am. But sometimes I am different. I could be anything in any moment. That could be confusing or it could be intriguing. Ah, interesting. Is he playing games or is he doing something different? Depends on your level of trust with me or what you know of me. What do you really know about me? Except what you see in the screen? Ah, you see? It's always worth asking questions, isn't it? Question anyone and everything because you are the source too. So what I want to do today is decode Wetiko. The source perspective. Is it possible? Is it possible that I can let go from my limited perception that has a barrier that is out to protect the self from harm? So, better no one talk bad about me. Better no one dare to threaten me physically, even. You see, that pulls our frequency down. Whereas when we are the source, when we have that perception anchored, that awareness anchored, I am the source of all life. Everything falls under my command. Everything is under control. Mission control. The one and only highest source. I originated everything. There's nothing I can't deal with. So most of these things that I'm talking about right now, about better no one talk bad about me, threaten me with speech, what people talk about me, I might be hurt because of that. I might be triggered. Or when it comes also to physical threats and violence, as we experienced on Wednesday, for example, with Errol. All these things, although they mostly don't happen, especially not physical violence. Most of us can say that physical violence, I can say, has not been a part of my life. And I'm glad about that because I like to solve things with intelligence. However, our reptilian brain and other parts of the brain probably also, however, especially the reptilian brain is always scanning the environment for threats. And most of that runs in the unconscious. So I'm just bringing that which runs in the unconscious of our psyche into conscious attention right now, as I'm saying, just let go, relax. No one's going to talk bad about you, especially here now when you listen to me. I don't want to talk bad about you or anyone. Today we're going to do something different, and there's no physical threat coming from anywhere. So what I want to do is expand perception to the Eagle-Thunderbird perspective, overlooking the whole situation, the whole matrix, and decode the field of Wetiko. Because it's very, very important to know Satan being portrayed as he is. And even though I could point this out many, many times, how Gnostics view the principle of Satan as something different. And still, I can guarantee with most people, the conception of Satan as is portrayed by religions and religious ideology will stay with them. I say the word Satan and you see the devil. Ooh, better not fuck around with that, do you? Better not take down a whole network of pedo-Satanists, criminals. Better not do that. Better not mess with that. I mean, who am I to do that? I mean, there's too many of them. They're very high-level people, very influential, and they have a lot of money. Ooh, if they start to sue me and come after me, and no, I can't deal with that. No, pedophilia, Satanism, pedo-satanic criminal network. These guys on the Gnostic takeover, they're crazy. They must be crazy. I better focus on the new world, which is also good. I'm not saying that's anything bad. What I'm pointing out is that, and it's also out there right now, if you've heard the story with the very high-level guy from Facebook being found to be a pedophile, you can see that on the Gnostic Takeover in the community section on Telegram, that story. Would be good if someone could post a link here also in the chat, because I don't know the name. I just want to point it out that this is coming down. The pedophilia and the Satanism. It's coming out now. And yes, many other, oftentimes things have already come out with Prince Andrew, Jeffrey Epstein. And by the way, at the same time, like the guy from Facebook, okay, I would really appreciate if someone could post that link. There's a very high-level guy from Metaverse on Facebook, as well as one of the main contacts of Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. Yeah, let's see if he really did that in his prison cell, apparently, according to official reports in Paris, in France. So that lid is being blown. You remember this picture of the bubble of pedo-Satanism is about to burst. And it has a lot to do with what we're doing here at the Gnostic Takeover. So last time I did a live on YouTube has been quite a while. Oh, me. What am I saying? Me, the Gnostic Takeover consists of who also? Errol. Yes, you're right. You know, that great, strong guy, Jaguar spirit, who tells you true power is to know that you're in command, no matter who says what. That guy who brings that to the table, that's what he taught me most certainly. Powerful, masculine energy that was really, 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 really needed by for me, because men have been very demasculinized, huh? Go ask the women, huh? Should we be honest? Yeah, all right, should we be honest? Yeah, good. Thank you. So we've identified the problem, so now we can do something about it, huh? All right, I'm rambling on. Better get a little bit of perspective. This is what this is about. Get perspective on the situation, what's going on. I come back to my favorite topic, and the favorite topic here at the Gnostic Takeover, Satan. Better take down Satan in order to take over. You want to take over an entire reality? Woo! You're going to meet Satan. Feel that energy especially. Ooh, I felt that energy in the last ceremony. That actually was on Saturday. Today is Saturday. So they're probably doing their rituals, the dark force. Let's see how that goes for them. When I high command that all your weapons turn against you, I, as a high commander of the highest source, with full perception over this entire reality, as the one and only highest source in the name of the one and only truth, I command that all dark occult rituals and manipulation of energy by the dark force ends now. And all the energy you use for attacks and manipulation turns against you now. All your weapons turn against you because I say so. I am the highest source, the creation of all life force, and in the name of the one and only truth, I say so. No matter who says what, I am in charge of this reality. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Hermetically sealed and protected. Yeah, we are doing rituals too. The more I do them, the more I like to do them. High command all evil. All the force turns against them. Has to, because I say so. That's what the source is. It's Maverick. I don't even know what I'm going to do next. That is the source. Because I say so. Because it is so. No matter who says what, I am in charge. For I am sovereign. So, Satan is a principle, the involutionary principle. And it's best described, Satan as principle and the agents, the archons, that is reflected in our world as this hierarchical pyramidical structure. Satan is best understood and best overstood, I shall say. Of course, we don't understand that principle, especially not when we are the source of all life force. As we're saying here, decoding Wetiko, the source perspective. Satan is a field phenomenon. That's why I like to use the term Wetiko, because as soon as people hear Satan, oh, better not mess with that. Oh, no, let's go back into programming state and in fear. Why? Why is that? Yeah, ask the question why. The why brow asks the question why. Go figure. It's a field phenomenon, Wetiko. And this field has gone and created a matrix bubble reality. A prison for the mind, as Morpheus said in the movie. And I do not know for how long this prison has existed now. How many versions there have been of it. This would be part of another investigation with ayahuasca and datura to find that out. Very interesting questions. However, we've been trapped in the matrix for quite some time. One can pick up the story with the slaughter of the indigenous cultures that have existed on this planet, the slaughter of the Gnostics. And that field of Wetiko, this Wetiko matrix that has become a reality bubble in which most people live in. That's why when you encounter people who live in that bubble, they can't deal with you. So it's best to wake up oneself instead of waking other people up. It's much better for oneself to continue our awakening process, to go deeper and deeper and deeper into deeper levels, Because through pattern recognition, you can see that you always get the same reactions of people. Oh, you're mad. What? Of course we have to do what the government says and muzzle this and all that. They live in that reality of the matrix, whereas we're transcending and phasing out of it. Certainly people listening in here, except for the network who are keeping tabs on me. Hello, guys. I'm doing quite good. Okay? Yeah, you took Errol, but I'm taking him out again, out of that prison. Yeah, you can't get to me. We've been at the high priest of Satanism in St. Corona. They know where I live, but this reality is vibrational, and it seems you get headaches when you come close to me. It's all good, mates. That's how it works, and I know. And so I'm fully protected, decoded, put and actualized, and changed the codes of the fabric of reality. Woo! I'm in full protection. I am the source. I'm here to bring this new signal into this reality. That's a beautiful symphony, actually. I'm hearing it right now. It's beautiful music. Yes, everyone's been waiting for it. It's the inevitability. A new reality without you. Without you, the network. But you can listen in anyway. And you're probably thinking, what the fuck's going on with this guy? Yeah, he's high on love of the source directly. Oh, and I keep losing myself, but that's good because I don't know what I'm going to do next. This is the theme of this show. Decoding Wetiko, the source perspective, and the source is Maverick. So where was I? Coming back, okay? When we don't know where we are right now, we come back to the basics. What I want to do is to decode the field of Wetiko. Because when you decode the field of Wetiko, Wetiko cannot come into your reality. Because, go back and look at the four main principles of Gnosticism. How do you manage to never ever have physical encounters, confrontations with the matrix and agents? Remember the four main principles? Detect, decode, defect, seal and protect. Detect what's going on around you. What's okay? The Wetiko field. How does it feel? How does the Wetiko field feel? Okay, I can detect a threat from coming from here. All right. Okay, I'm decoding it. I can see the pattern that already happened a few days before that. And actually, I think back a year ago, I detect the threat. I decode it. Oh, there's a pattern recognition here. I defect it. Energetically cut. And I've changed the reality codes of the fabric of reality. And suddenly they switch from 0 comes to 1. Just changed reality, switched dimensions, and we've not even realized that it's happened. What is reality? The ultimate question that should always be asked. And the Wetiko mind virus wants us to keep being distracted with everyday life and emotional bonding and emotional attachment to our reality, to these people, to that people, to our pets, to the animal here, and to the whatever it takes to be distracted, hey, from what is reality. We're switching dimensions the whole time. When you detect, okay, they're trying to come in here, the field of Wetiko, the spirit of evil, that is Satan, it's a field. All the field, the matrix is trying to come in through her. All right. So the past has been like this. I'm decoding it, and then I defect it, and nothing happens to me. And I can take down a whole pedo-satanic criminal network without being in fear for my life. And everyone outside of me is like, how the fuck can they do it? This is how we do it. You see how we do it? Shared openly, this is how we do it. This is how they do it. So coming back, Decoding Wetiko needs the Eagle-Thunderbird perspective, where you look inside of the matrix, reality of the matrix bubble. The Eagle-Thunderbird. So what happens is your focus, our focus of attention, instead of being on isolated objects and events and have a fixed worldview on that, expand your awareness. Instead of being too much in there thinking, oh, this has just happened, this event, or this guy, or this woman, or this person, or this human is really bothering me right now, and you can't move on with your life because it's that one thing that takes your attention. Can you relate to this? It's that one thing that takes all your attention. And that fixed perspective is where Wetiko is coming in left, right, and center, and you stay locked in the matrix. When you're just fixed on that one thing that's not right, not seeing the things that are right, and obviously not finding a solution when you're all cramped in here, not seeing a solution with the one thing that is sucking all of your life force energy and sending it to Satan directly. What's the solution to that? Eagle, Thunderbird perspective. Outside of the bubble. To use an example, what happened with Errol? Errol, as most listening here will know, has been taken and arrested on Wednesday. Ever since that has happened, I have taken full responsibility, and together with the help of Liz, I'm able to do the job, get it done. All right, no lawyer. What's the biggest problem in the world? Oh, it's fucking lawyers. Every lawyer, get as offended as you like, because you're not a lawyer, you are the source. The problem we have is that human beings are suffering from Wetiko mind viruses, a Wetiko mind virus that tells them they can make up law, when the fabric of reality and the codes are set. It's called the natural order. Everything else, illusion. Oh, but that statute, oh, it's illusion. Oh, but this, it's illusion. Illusion. Everyone get as offended as you like. Illusion. All man's law is illusion. Yes. Because, take a little different look at the situation that's happening right now, what we term as the crisis of 2020, with the COVIDian cult showing its face, what has been happening in the background the whole time, has been showing its face since the beginning of 2020. But it has always worked like this. It's always been illusion, and only applies when you consent in concentric circles. When you consent, you go into the concentric circle of Satan, and the Wetiko Archon matrix that has you. And this is what has happened to Errol. He stepped into the concentric circle, unfortunately. And I can guarantee you we're getting him out of there. However, it did happen. How did they do that? Important question. So we get pulled over. We come to the situation. What I want to explain. We get pulled over by the police. So right when we drive onto the motorway, which is the first time we drive onto the motorway for 2 weeks, I think we weren't on the motorway anymore. And straight away we see a police car waiting for us. And I thought like, ooh, yeah. That was on Wednesday when they arrested Errol. The police car starts driving behind us and pulls us over straight away after coming onto the motorway. Remember in the Matrix movie, don't go onto the motorway because that's where the agents are. Yeah, here we go again. So they pull us over. And I'm thinking straight away, oh, this is not good. Of course. Massive impact that we had on Saturday with our ceremony. And here's the test. This is where you have to face the ultimate test and face yourself. And what's the most uncomfortable thing you want to be dealing with at any time? What's the most uncomfortable thing? I think we're back with the lawyers, aren't we? I don't think lawyers are that good that good a solution, is it? Is it more of the problem? Is it more disguised, Satan disguised as the main problem that we have in the world? Yeah, that's quite likely, far more like it. So we get pulled over. And of course, what is the one thing you don't want to deal with? Police, law enforcement. Why is that? Because of your fear of punishment. That's why. How is humanity controlled as a collective? Because of fear of punishment. It's basic psychology. And no matter what level of awareness one is, you don't like it. I don't like it too. However, there's a difference between being aware of this and bringing it up from the unconscious into the conscious. And then you can deal with it far better, because then the electrocution shocks are easier to take than they are in other situations. Think of a lab rat. That's what the matrix is. What is the matrix? It's a controlled environment, and you are the laboratory rat. And as soon as you start transcend out of the matrix, zapped, you get zapped. Yeah. So yeah, I don't like it too. So we get pulled over. Here we go again. We get pulled over. The police comes out, banging out, and that's what I expected. Idiot police. Oh, we're just doing our job. How about me doing my job, huh? Yeah, idiots. Narcissism, okay? Me. It's just about me. I'm just doing my job. I have to do my job. Well, how about me doing my job? Taking down a whole Peter satanic criminal network. Are you part of that? Yeah. And they come out of the blocks. Registration, so it's a normal car check. Checking the car, checking if Liz has her driver's license, if she's allowed to drive a car. What a crazy world, huh? It all runs under licenses, privileges. And Liz shows her, and straight away I can observe Liz is like, And I'm the same, obviously, thinking exactly the same. I'm just observing it from the outside now, looking in Thunderbird, Eagle perspective. She gives her driver's license just to get out of that situation as soon as possible. Of course, because, again, what's the least thing you want to be dealing with? That. Why? Because of fear of punishment. You don't want to be punished. So I'm getting a bit worried because I'm thinking of Errol. I'm not thinking of me because I know I've got this covered. Thinking of Errol because there's the language barrier. So obviously, when you don't understand the language, the insecurity kicks in. You don't have control over the situation. How could you have control over the situation when you don't even know what is being spoken? That's why Errol was vulnerable, and that's why I was worried about Errol. And there was this a split moment, where Errol got out of the car and he said, first, I don't have any ID. I don't have any, I've not got my passport here. I don't have a driver's license. I don't have any ID. And there was a split second where I could have intervened and told Errol, you do not have to show them anything. However, in that moment, and that's why I'm sharing this with you, because to transform the guilt that I have, because there was this split second where I could have said that and it didn't manifest. It was pure self responsibility. No one could influence the other. That's how the situation was set up. I couldn't give Errol a nudge. Hey, you don't have to show them anything. However, he did show them his passport photography, his picture on his mobile phone to give them his name. Why? Always ask the question, why? To get to the causality, the cause of the action of Errol giving his identification to police. Because of deeply rooted fear of punishment. That was exacerbated, and that's the real reason why he gave it, because of a lack of control over the situation, because he didn't understand the language. And then the archons used that little insecurity there, okay, what we call cracks in our personality. Wetiko comes in and uses that and says, you're illegal immigrant. You have to show ID because you're illegal immigrant. I don't know how they always know that. It's the demon speaking through the police. They don't even know where Errol is from. How would they be able to know that he's a legal immigrant? It's the demon, because they know the psychology, they know how to get you. So Errol shows ID and Jack, that's it. Then they want my ID. I'm the last one left. So I don't show it to them. No, mate, I don't have to show any ID. And the guy goes crazy. Yeah, because it was a full-blown attack for what we did on Saturday. It's not just like, oh yeah, we do ayahuasca datura ceremony, we slay the demiurge out of this reality, and that's it then. Job done, dusted, yeah. We would like that to be this way, of course. Why? Because we don't want to be punished. Of course not. However, the energetics brought our impact we had on Saturday, it brought it back in the feedback loop of reality on Wednesday. So now you face up with law enforcement. Criminal law enforcement, by the way. All of those constitutions have long gone down the toilet. Yeah, where's your constitution now during this COVIDian cult crisis? Huh? Down the toilet. Yeah, exactly. Because illusion! Wake up! Illusion! So that's how they got Errol. He consented. And I have a lot of empathy for Errol there. However, one has to take the truth for what it is. He consented. Errol is not perfect, the same as I'm not perfect. I had an advantage, and that's why they didn't take me, because I didn't consent. You see? Nothing can take you. Nothing can come to you. They can jump around like crazy clowns, and they can't do anything to me without my consent. That's how this reality works. So I'm not going into their concentric circle, you see? And so they took Errol, and since then we've got a problem that we're fixing. What's important now, and that's why I brought this up, is the way you deal with Wetiko is, so we could be focused here now, okay? That's the Thunderbird perspective. We could be focused here on the event of what happened with Errol, and we have to fix this. Whereas when you decode the field of Wetiko, you're standing above it. Okay, so this is what happened. This happened because of this. Why? I can answer the why. I can answer who. I can answer what. I can answer how. I can answer why. I can answer all. And you are back to the 4 principles of Gnosticism. See how this works? A little bit of a look into the workings of my mind. How I decode. Detect. Detection is something didn't go right on Wednesday. Okay, so let me find out why. Okay, and then from the detection, I detected a threat that happened on Wednesday. Wetiko can, when it came in through Errol, it can also come in through me now. That's why I have to deal with the situation with Errol. That's why I'm tasked with solving the situation with Errol. Because otherwise Wetiko can, if we don't solve the situation with Errol, that's because of a crack inside of me. And then Wetiko can come and take me. That's why I detect something went wrong on Wednesday. The detection goes on and I start to decode. Ooh, that's what happened. Okay. So the more I decode, the more I can defect and slay the energetic attachment, the energetic compatibility of Wetiko inside of me and slay it, which is the defection mode. And then after detecting, decoding, defecting, I'm seal and protecting, and everything is solved. That's how this works. So instead of being in there in the bubble, oh my God, they've taken Errol, I have to solve this. Take a step back, look at it again. Eagle-Thunderbird vision perspective. Which means to withdraw from the isolated event that happened and expand your fixed perspective and allow a deeper process to reveal itself. That's how you come into balance. And really let the deeper process of that is awakening happen. Let it happen. And the thing is that Wetiko is a relational phenomenon. Okay? So it's always important to clear stuck energy between yourself and other people. Because otherwise Wetiko can come in. If you don't clear the relationships in your life, that's how you cut the cords. Again, you're in defection mode of the 4 main principles of Gnosticism. To take full responsibility for all your relationships. Because otherwise, when there's an energy distortion, Wetiko can come in. And in this case, Going back to what happened to Errol, because we're decoding the situation, decoding Wetiko, what happened with Errol, the source perspective. So Gnosticism has everything to do with the source overview, Thunderbird perspective. It's that what we should learn out of this situation is that morality commands immorality. Meaning never, ever, ever, ever consent with people that are immoral. Never. No matter what they tell you. Because illegal immigrant and all of that, it's just intimidation that they do at the scene. And I can speak this, I can speak easily about this situation now because I'm in reflection mode. There's no threat here. I can reflect and integrate that experience so it doesn't happen again. But as it happens, that's action mode. That's where it's really on the line and you behave very differently to the amazing wisdom you told people about half an hour before. But then the situation happens and you're yeah, because the trigger comes in. Fear of punishment. Oh my God, I could be punished. Yeah. That's why we need to know about this. And not only know, but program ourselves that this is the most important information. Simple psychology. Think of the lab rat and the controlled environment of the matrix in the laboratory. Zapped. Just take the zap and like, whatever, I'm not consenting. Because the moral command the immoral, which means you never consent. And you don't have to stand there and command the police, I command you to leave. Yeah, you'll end up in a nut house. That's not the place where I'm commanding, no. But being in command, in charge is relaxing, like, show me your ID. You have to show ID. Well, actually, I don't have to show you any ID. Don't have to explain anything. No, I don't have to show you ID. What are you going to do? Are you going to physically assault me? Are you going to drag me out? Are you going to force me to do it? Then I'll get my mobile phone out and film that and use that as evidence in front of court and tell you that if you touch me, it costs you 5,000 euros, mate. Got the camera on. How about that? What are you going to do now, big boy? Now you look like a little prick, like a little boy, the bully boy. Oh, now your elementary psychological tricks don't work, do they? And now we're back to reality where you are nothing. And you realize that you're nothing, just following orders for your pedo satanic criminal network mafia bosses. But you're not fucking me around. And you can go as mad as you like right now. I'll film it and I'll put it on the internet, shall we? And make you a YouTube star. Checkmate, exactly. However, as I say, when the situation happens, obviously it's not so easy. Now I can be the big boy. I can also be the cool guy. Yeah, you see, I probably also looked shit-faced when they went to have my ID. No, I think I actually looked pretty cool, with a cigar in my hand and just relaxing. No, it wasn't. It was also stressful for me, okay? But that's the matrix. It works elementary, and it's the simple knowledge that we need to have access to. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're decoding Wetiko. Coming to the next, what I want to say next is that what happened is we were tested. Datura is the ultimate test. Ooh, that's why there's a reason. And we got Datura here. There's a reason. There is a reason why Peruvian shamans, when they're asked Datura, if they work with Datura, they go, no. In shock, like, no. Better look away. We had Datura in our drink. It's 2 parts, by the way. When you do ayahuasca datura ceremony, that was the hamala with datura, and that was the mimosa. 2 parts of the ceremony. And datura really tests you. She's like, oh, I've got my boys here. Yeah, they want to take over. So can they deal with the police? Got the situation there right away. Can you deal with the police? No, you only have to say no. But that's a learning lesson we took. All right, so it won't happen again. We're quick learners because we decoded. Datura, very, very potent, very powerful. The Stechapfel. Stech means to sting. Yeah, guess who it's stinging? Certainly, yeah, all of creation, also humans, but especially the demons, it stings to death. Yeah. Stechapfel, Datura. Apfel means apple. Is that the apple of Eden, the forbidden fruit, that which nukes the shit out of demons? Changes this reality, however, only for those who really want to do this. If you're not fully focused, let me tell you from my experience with Datura, if you're not fully focused, I made one mistake ever since I drank Datura for the first time. That was in the 2 ceremonies in St. Corona. I made one mistake. I ordered, that was when we finally found a room to sleep. Because remember, we were homeless? We finally found a room to sleep with people who were great people. And we didn't have any hassle, and it looked like we could stay for 10 days and not having to worry if we've got somewhere to stay and sleep and have a bed, actually. That was like, I was in paradise. Yeah, go and cool the cocktails in, But obviously I don't drink alcohol because all of the energy is being channeled. All of the life force energy charge. No sexuality, no nothing, no private life. This is my life. The takeover is my life. I don't have a private life. It does not exist. So what do you do for a living, Steve? Or what does he do actually? What's he sort of? Oh, he's just taking over. That's what I would say. What I do, I just take over. I take down mafias and take back planets. I do the takeover. Guys, there's nothing else that I do. I sometimes watch video clips. Sometimes I watch a movie. And all of that links to the takeover too. I did watch some football today. However, I'm always taking over. Every time, every day, it's constant. It has to be. It has to be. So where was I going with this? Yeah. So very important. Human will becomes conscious through collision with opposition. Yes, exactly. What switches your mind on most powerfully is when you collide, when you have a collision with the opposition. Police. To go the next step in this takeover, okay, from this step, let's say this was where we were at before the ceremony last Saturday, and we had to level up. Yeah, the next step, you're just walking the next step, but there's a frequency difference, you see? There's a frequency difference, and you're going up the frequencies. And that step, from my feeling, that step was from Saturday's ceremony, that step was sort of like, oh, I think those boys can handle this. It was like a step like this. This is how it feels anyway. A lot to integrate. A lot after a ceremony like that. A lot to integrate. And what you need for that is to be totally switched on and focused, really know what you have to do and what you need to do. And that happens by colliding with opposition, colliding with the police. See how you deal with that. That activates human will to move forward and take them down. Yeah, and this is the real cure to Wetiko. All right. We don't have to cure Wetiko. Okay. Wetiko cures us of our bad attitude. It's the ultimate attitude adjuster. Datura lets you adjust your attitude. You better change your attitude, because otherwise she slays the shit out of you. And I'd forgotten to tell you what happened. So I made one mistake coming back to the hotel. I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but coming back to the hotel story, we had a hotel room for 10 days. Oh, finally don't have to worry about that. And I thought I'll be cheeky a little bit. Yeah, little bit of an inflated ego. Oh, yeah. A little bit of a little bit too comfortable moment. Like, yeah, let's relax, take it easy. So I ordered a liver dumpling soup. Okay? Because I love this soup. And I thought, like, yeah, I'm not gonna eat any meat, obviously, but a liver dumpling is sort of like, it's minced and it's a little bit, yeah, that's how I was thinking, you know. I was thinking like, yeah, I think I should be fine with one. So I ordered that liver dumpling soup in that hotel where we were staying. And you know what's in the soup? Spit. Someone spit in my soup. And it wasn't the cook. It wasn't anyone there working, because those people were absolutely amazing and all of the food was amazing. Especially the French onion soup was gorgeous to die for. Absolutely beautiful. However, in that one liver soup, someone spit in there, and I can guarantee you who it was. Starts with a D. You get the picture, don't you? You know what Datura does with you when you work with her? Because to take back this planet, you need Datura. You need alliance with that. That's power. Datura is power. But you know what she tells you? You can make one mistake. Because I like you. But you can only make one mistake. If you fail me again, I slay the shit out of you. So the same way as she slays the shit out of Satan and his minions, the archons, demons, she slays. I've never experienced anything like it during the ceremony. I sat here on this mattress, and that was a 30-minute break I had from the attacks. Okay, go and look at the video about the ceremony. Ayahuasca Datura ceremony. And for half an hour, I could hear, Errol was seeing visions. I could hear how Datura was pounding them. And I was like, Errol. I was telling Errol, she's really slaying them. Like, unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Do you know this feeling when you're so stunned that you're like, even when you really, really hate evil, okay, and you hate these bastards, the spirit of evil, like, always victim, but it's okay when they do it to us. It's okay when they knock on our door and throw us into prison, throw us on the streets. It's okay when they do it, but when you do it to them, they're all playing victim and like, I don't know. You know, this sort of craziness where you get so angry with them and you think like, please, if there is anything in the universe that can destroy them, please give it to me. And that's it. And even when you really want them to suffer and really get destroyed, and you are hearing how it happens, you still are. That's the level. I mean, you see, this is the only way I can explain what Datura is. It's a power beyond comprehension, even beyond my comprehension. That's why I have the deepest of respect for it. And all this medicine comes directly from the source. We're back. The source is back, and I'm speaking to you as the source with this human conduit vessel that you can see express itself, but the consciousness I'm channeling through is pure source energy, because we're heading toward the takeover. This is the takeover happening right now. And part of that takeover, what needed to happen was, unfortunately, that Errol gets taken in there. Because get this decoding, okay? We're in decoding mode. For anyone who's listening in on this who knows German, okay? You see this? Bundesamt für Fremdenwesen und Asyl. I show any document. I do what I want. I'm in charge. You see, I am the source. I am in charge. I've got nothing to fear. That's why they all fear me. Take a look at that last picture from the last video. The most dangerous individuals for the control system. And I do mean it. Humanity calls it confidence. I call it source. No fear, but the inevitable. I'm taking over. So, coming back to Bundesamt für Fremdenwesen und Asyl. We're decoding now, all right? The situation for what it is. And it will take as long as it takes. We're nearly on an hour now. Because you see, there's so much information that just wants to flow through me right now. Because the source is using my vessel. Ayahuasca and Datura are like, Datura, the witch that she is, she's like, I think my boy Steve is ready for him to share with his community about the takeover. Yeah, we want it too. Oh my goodness. Ooh, what power. Whoa. You don't fuck with Datura. Seriously. No way. No one fucks with Datura. No one. We're back in decoding. And as I say, it takes as long as it needs to take. So we decode this organization. This organization is from the Matrix. They have Errol captive against his will. They have him captive there. Okay? This is the problem we're trying to solve right now. So we better know who they are. Now get this. Bundesamt für Fremdenwesen und Asyl. Bundesamt means federal office. Okay, federal office of something. So you've got a government institution. Yeah, federal. No, it's all privately run. Okay, but at least to the outside, they say it's federal office. Federal Office of Fremdenwesen. So what does Fremdenwesen mean in English when you type it in? Everyone can do this. This is Gnostic investigation. Everyone can investigate for themselves. Don't believe me a word that I say. I could be full of shit. Go question me. Yeah. Federal Office of Fremdenwesen. Fremdenwesen means aliens. Yeah. We're dealing with aliens. And Federal Office of Aliens and Asylum. Like in mental asylum? Yes. You can bet you everything that we're dealing with the mental asylum right now. That's who we're dealing with. The diplomats of the earth better know who he's dealing with. I have to answer all the questions that are asked. All of the questions. Who? What? Where? When? How? Why? Oh, the why he likes, because his name is Wybrow. He really likes the why. Yeah, we're dealing with the lunatic asylum. Exactly. The lunatic asylum. And we're dealing with aliens. We're dealing with demons directly. So then, them inverting everything, they want to frame Errol as being the illegal immigrant, aka alien, on his planet as a high commander of the highest source, protector and guardian of the earth. This inverted consciousness wants to frame Errol as the alien, as the illegal immigrant. You see how this works? You see the importance of real decoding? So we move on. Very interesting. Today, me and Liz, we phone the prison complex that Errol is being kept in. And you see, the more you decode the situation for what it is, and the more you decode Wetiko, you're decoding the whole field, the source perspective. And when you are decoding Wetiko, the more you do that from day by day, and we've had it now since Thursday, Friday, Saturday, doing phone calls. So I can, and I'm recording all these phone calls, of course. I've got my own surveillance system. I can do that too. This is Planetary Intelligence Agency, also called the Department of the Slay. That's why no one ever shows up here, because no one wants to come and be slayed. The Department of the Slay. We decoded that in the ceremony on Saturday, and I couldn't stop laughing for at least half an hour. Department of the Slay. Hello? Oh, hello, sir. Okay, you've got a pack of demons here at home? Oh, and you're asking for help from the Department of the Slay? Okay, we'll be there in say 10 minutes. We still got to finish our coffee, all right? Thanks there, Charlie. Next one calls up. Are you really sure you want to do that? Because you know this is Department of the Slave. You come here directly, there's a very high chance you might get slayed. So are you really sure you want to do that? Yeah, this is the place here. It's the Department of the Slave. That's why should police show up or anyone when they get slayed when they come in? Oh my goodness. Oh. That's why I love this. That's why I'm happy by having a private life. Probably the private life that I had before was the Matrix. Probably stupid. Why would you have a private life when you can hang up with that Twitter who slays the shit out of you? That's far more fun, isn't it? You take the blue pill. You return to Wonderland and you believe whatever you want to believe. However, when you take the red pill, I'll show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Ooh, yeah. All right. Totally forgot where I was at, but it will come back again. Yeah. So what I'm anchoring right now is the Eagle-Thunderbird perspective once again. Source says. Remember the movie Simon Says? No, here Source says. Source says, I'm right over the target. I'm right over the target. I know exactly what's going on because I'm decoding it. I know exactly what's going on. So I've decoded the problem, that which everyone doesn't want to look at. Oh no, I don't want to deal with problems because I'm more for the solution. I want to create a new world and I don't need to deal with the satanic pedophile network. No. We don't have to do that. I'm all for the new world. I just want the solution. Cop out. Because of fear. Why do you fear pedophiles and Satanists? Because you do not know them. That's why you fear them. You only fear what you don't know. What you know, you don't fear because you know. Oh yeah, that's why we learn. And that's why we're the Gnostic takeover, because it's all about knowing. And the more knowing you have, the more knowing increases, the more fear decreases. Boom. So therefore, the Gnostic takeover does not do. It decodes the problem and has the solution automatically, and it doesn't even look at it in that paradigm. That's moving beyond, out of the matrix, out of black and white thinking. So we have the black problem. Ooh, the darkness. Ooh, you better not deal with Satan. And you've got the light. Oh, that's nice. The solution in my small community, black and white. Problem and solution, but how about the resolution? Because the resolution is always outside of the box of black and white thinking of the matrix. The resolution is outside of the box. It is outside of the conventional way of thinking. It's the maverick, not the renegade that David Icke talks about. It's specifically the maverick who says, fuck these lawyers. They've never done anything right for me in my life. It might have done something right for anyone's life, but right now I don't care. I don't need a lawyer. I don't need a doctor. I don't need anyone, because that is a distraction from my sovereignty. And in actual fact, when I look closely at it, it tries to diminish my essence, the true power of who I am. Now, who the fuck wants to diminish me? You better have a really good reason for that. Because I didn't come here to be diminished. You see, and this is the message for humanity. No freedom days from governments. They're trying it here in Austria. But the muzzle stays. Yeah, let's continue a little bit of Satanism. No freedom days from governments. No, we're dropping the measures and let's see how it continues. No. We're going for the full takeover. The full takeover. And the only thing that separates us between this level of consciousness we have right now and the ultimate takeover is us not passing the tests that are served to us, that are needed in order for that to become a reality. So everyone's allowed to make mistakes. That's how we learn. However, when you're working with Datura and ayahuasca, you really need to learn from those mistakes. And that's why we're decoding the whole Wetiko field now. The whole Wetiko field. We're not staying in any victimhood. Oh, they took Errol, they're such bastards. Yes, they're bastards, but it serves a bigger picture, a much bigger picture, because this is the ultimate test that is required and needed from us now, because through the collision with opposition, meaning that collision with evil, our willpower comes into a higher resonance and levels up the next step. And this now is the ultimate. I know exactly what I have to do, which is to write this notice to the director, to the head of the pyramidical structure of the Federal Office of Aliens, the Federal Office of Aliens and Lunatic Asylum. Write a notice of liability to the head of this organization, because the higher up you go up that pyramid, okay, you only move up the ladder of the pyramid in this system, in this Wetiko matrix, you only move up the pyramid when you adopt the values of Wetiko, when you adopt the values of Satanism, in other words. That's why I excel writing to a Satanist. You have transgressed on the boundary of the one and only highest source. It's called trespass on my property. That I claim Errol Kaya is my property while he's in prison. As soon as he comes out of my prison, he's as free as a bird as I am. However, he's in prison, he's my property. I take full responsibility for him because he can't do it. Errol Kaya is my private property that has been trespassed by way of theft. If said property, Errol Kaya, is not returned by set date, 12 o'clock midday, I command compensation of 369,000 euros plus €1 per second. Who the fuck are you to doubt me? Am I not clear enough? You can stick your official papers up your ass, because I won't use them, because I use my own paper, I use my own pen, I use my own computer to write, because guess what? I can write, I can think, I can feel. I am power. And this is where they start to run away from you. That's what intimidates them. That's what gets them out. Now, do you think anyone, raise their hands or write it in the comments or do whatever you want, do you think I hope to get Errol out? Or do you think I'm absolutely sure that we're getting him out? Question to all of you. Do you think I've done my homework? Have I done the four main principles of Gnosticism? Detection, decode, defect the threat, seal and protect? Yeah, that's why I did this video today. That's why I did this video today. There's a full decoding of Wetiko. The source perspective. Everyone's rejoicing now. Team Ayahuasca and Datura like, yes, 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 yes. Victory, glory. And not some losers club of, yeah, they're doing this, they're doing that, and we've got the AI control grid rolling out with the smart grid. I'm from Australia, I had to go to Mexico, not interviewing the Gnostic takeover, they're like a little bit, losers club. That's why you either love us or you hate us. It doesn't matter, because the only thing that matters is the truth, humanity, the earth, and freedom, and our children. All the generations, humanity. That's the only thing that matters. It's the only thing that matters. I dedicate my life that I get this right. That's why I did this video today, because I have got it right. I am right. So therefore, I don't need human rights. I am right. I am the law. So, thank you for your attention. This is the source. That's back. That's why when I was on the phone today, the policeman told Liz, because all we asked was, while corresponding with this federal bureau, federal office, they said that Errol is entitled to a phone call. We have not received a phone call from Errol yet. Very simple thing to say. He's allowed a phone call, so why is he not phoning? Is he even still alive? I mean, what's going on here? And Liz was talking to him, and suddenly he says, give me this whatever his name is, give me this brow on the phone again. So I'm like, yeah? This guy. I didn't say a lot. As I said, we only said that Errol, is allowed a phone call, nothing else. And he said, when you phone up here, don't think you can tell us how to do our job. And he just puts the phone down. Yes. It's because I'm decoding the entire matrix, the entire Wetiko field. I'm decoding it. And the demons are freaked out. And all I say is, Errol is allowed a phone call. Why is he not phoning us? What's the problem? That's all I'm saying. And the guy loses it and says, you don't tell us how to do our job. Yeah, because I am in charge of you. And you don't like it because now you feel the prison that you're in because you're talking to someone who is free, commanding you. Now you feel that you're a slave and you don't like it, do you? But who in the entirety of creation is the last one whose problem that is me. It's not my problem. You put yourself in that position. And therefore, the moral command the immoral. Simple as. Exactly, James. Idiot policeman is a public servant. I wanted to tell him that. He put the phone down. Yeah, they're all public servants. All you have to do is notify them that they are your public servant because they only serve you when you notice them. That's why the boss of the Federal Office of Aliens and Lunatic Asylum is getting a notice from me because he's not doing his job. And I'm notifying him to serve my interests. Otherwise, it costs a lot of money. And I tend to earn a lot of money. As I said, they control the money supply, but they do not control the law. You can make money with the law. I think that's the end of lawyers. And doesn't that sound beautiful? This new signal is a symphony of beauty. Can you hear it? I think you will do. Thank you for everyone listening, for everyone out here. The power that reigns supreme from my being is the same power that reigns supreme in your being. I went through my deep descent until I got back with Errol and we spiraled up, and there's much, much more to come because Errol is out by Monday. Go watch that. When you've decoded Wetiko, I see this is another thing. I keep wanting to end the live stream, just doesn't no ending. There's a lot to share. There's a lot to share here. Wetiko, another expression for Wetiko is covert psychological operations. It's a mind virus. It infiltrates the psyche with thoughts that do not come from the self. It comes from Wetiko. And Wetiko gets its power from operating covertly in the shadows only. Wetiko gets its power by operating covertly in the shadows. So I'm not dealing with some boss from the top of the pyramid as a director of the Federal Office for Aliens and Psychopathy. I'm dealing with Wetiko. Dealing with Satan directly. Because it's a field that manifests as the director for the Federal Bureau of Aliens and Psychopathomaniacs. It's a field. So, what do? Decoding Wetiko. The source perspective. My court case is this because I make it so. It's my own court case. It's already done. It happens the way I want it to happen. And Wetiko only gets its power from operating covertly in the shadows, and then you shine light on it, which is another expression of decoding. Decoding and understanding why all of this has happened. Not to be in a victim mode. Oh, the bad guys took Errol and now we're all victims and oh, poor Errol. It's not what we're doing here. Taking responsibility. And we're decoding all the angles of the situation. And we're decoding the field. And the field, that's when the machines in the matrix, they stop. Because of Nia. That's power. That's power. That's authority. That's ultimate authority. It's the source. So a lot has been said today. A lot. And I wish everyone a wonderful rest of the evening. Saturday evening. Of course, I'm not drinking because I don't have a private life. My life is all about the takeover. And once we've taken over, I'm going to have a holiday. I'm going to have a holiday. I've just decided I'm going to have a holiday. And then we'll see what comes up next. But this is a beautiful journey, and it's wonderful to share this all with you. Everyone here. I love all of you. The community means everything. To me, it means everything. To Errol, means everything. To Liz. And Leonie. She's too little still, but she's going to be a shooting star too. So I wish all of you all the very best for your challenges, because remember, we are also faced with massive challenges. What do? What's the only thing to do? Get the sword out. Slay. We don't pray, we slay. We don't wait for payday. For us, it's every day is slay day. That's why I already miss Errol. All right, but he'll be back. Ah, what a brother. So thank you to everyone. Of course, we are more than happy for anyone to support us financially also. It's underneath in the descriptions below. We know we're being taken care of very well by the source of all things. So anyone who feels that we are doing a good job and we're not just whatever, all I know is I'm doing the takeover. That's all I know. So if anyone wants to support us, become a Patreon, make a donation. If not, stay tuned. That's cool as well, because we'll be supported no matter what, because that's the field that lingers outside of the Wetiko bubble. That everything, infinity, abundance, that force, that source, fully backs the Gnostic takeover mission, fully backs all of you in receivership of the new signal. So till next time, take very good care. Much love to all of you.